Okay, next we're going to check out video in Reaper. Now with the release of Reaper 5 came a lot more video capabilities, as you'll see. As I've mentioned, there's only one type of track in Reaper, so we can put video on a track as well. So let's make a new track, and let's add video to this track. We'll open the Media Explorer, and right over here, I have a video file I want to work on. We can drag it in and just place it where we want it to start. I'm not sure yet, so I'm just going to drop it anywhere. Close the Media Explorer. And here's our video file. Now it looks like an audio file because you don't see video in a video item. You see the audio that comes in with it. Now I'm not going to use the audio for this file, so let's turn it off. We'll right-click it, go to Source Properties. Here's where we can see the attributes of the video file. The length, the video type, but down here, we can choose to ignore the audio. Choose that, and the audio is gone. So if we play this file, we don't hear any sound, but we're also not seeing any video. To see video in Reaper, you have to open the video window. Under View, right down here is the video window. And there's a key command that opens it as well. On the PC, it's Control-Shift-V. On the Mac, it's Command-Shift-V. Just hit that, and the video window opens up. Now right now, it's a separate window, but we can dock it. Right-click it, and choose to dock it. We can switch it to full screen, preserve the aspect ratio, resize to the original size, or open the properties from here. Let's move it down here, and let's take a look at it. It's an animated music video. And we're going to add our own music to it. Instead of the original music, let's find the start. Right here, before the eye, let's grab the cursor and jog to find the start point, right where the eye opens up, and let's trim it right there. We'll split it and get rid of this piece. Then we can move this to the beginning of our song, right over here. Let's see it now. It starts with the eye opening and then goes to the leaves that open as well. That's why I want the song to start. In fact, right where the leaves open, right here, I want that spot to be the downbeat of bar 2. Let's turn the music on. So we can go to bar 2 with snapping turned on. We're right in bar 2, and then drag this so we can view exactly how to line it up. Where the leaves open. So if we move this file around, the leaves show up right there. So we'll drop it, and now let's see if it lines up. Perfect. Now in dealing with video, you might prefer to use pause instead of stop. Because every time you hit stop, it goes back to the beginning. You might prefer it to stay where you left off. That's kind of a standard when working with video. So to use pause instead of stop, on the PC, hit Control spacebar. On the Mac, hit Command spacebar, and that'll pause instead of stop. So if we pause right there, it makes it easier to find our edit points. Now, one of the problems with this video is that it was edited for a different song. So the edits aren't going to be on the beat, but we can fix that. Let's re-edit this, just like you can do with audio, and make them line up. So let's listen from here with the music. And notice right over here is where an edit happened. Let's move that edit right to bar 4, so it's in time with the music. So let's find it. Right there. Select this, split it, and now we can move this to bar 4. Let's split right here. Now we can delete this and move it over, but what's even quicker is to switch to ripple editing for one track. We don't want to do all tracks because we don't want to change the music. We just want to change the video. So now if we hit delete, it moves this over in one step. Let's check that out. And the edit happened right on the bar. In between bar 5 and bar 6, there's another edit that's out of time. So let's move that one earlier as well. To the runner. Right there. Select it, split it over here at bar 5, delete it, and it moves it over. The same thing happens between bar 7 and bar 8. So let's do it one more time. Right at the cliff. Select it, split it, and let's delete it so it goes to bar 7. So now let's check it out. Much better. Now our edits fit our music. Now if you notice, all the edits are hard edits. None of them crossfade, because video items don't work that way. If we get nice and close and put in a crossfade, like this, it's still not going to crossfade. Because we can't crossfade video in Reaper like that. This is going to still work for audio. And we're not using the audio on this item. So let's get rid of this. And I'll show you how to do that a bit later. Now to add effects to our video, we'll do it with a plugin. Let's go to our effects right here and go to our filter and type in video. That'll show us this plugin called Video Processor. If we open it up, this plugin is now on this track. So we can apply it to our video. Let's check out the presets. The first one, adjust the opacity, zoom, or pan. Let's choose that. And these buttons show up over here, where we can adjust the opacity, the zoom, we could zoom in, the X offset, left and right, and the Y offset, up and down. And we can reset these by double-clicking, and they go back to their defaults. So that's one preset. We could also do horizontal wipe. So it'll wipe horizontally. Faded top, where the top is dark versus the bottom, before and after. We could crossfade, which I'll show you in a bit. Do a matrix of recent frames. So if I play it, looks like this. We can adjust the frames. Stage lighting, which looks like this. And down here, we can create titles. words that appear on the screen. Now over here, it seems a bit confusing dealing with code, but it's actually pretty simple. Right over here, we could change our title. Let's change it to Good Morning. And then right here, we could see how to apply that. On the PC, it's Control S. On the Mac, it's Command S. Just hit that, and it applies it. See down here, it says Good Morning. Let's make it bigger. Just the text height, right here. The Y position, up and down. The X position, let's center it. The border, how big the border is. The brightness of the text, make it black or white. The alpha of the text, which is basically like a volume control. Turn it down, it's gone. Turn it up, we can see the text. The background brightness, make it dark or bright. And the alpha for the background. We can make it gray or full black by adjusting these. Let's go to a different part of the video so we can line up the text a bit better. Let's go over here to where the cat is, and let's put the text right above its head. Make it smaller, a little bit higher, make it a little smaller. Right about there looks good. Readjust the background so it pops a bit more. Right there looks good. Now let's play it back. From the beginning. It looks good over the cat, but right now, this title is going to stay on for the whole track. We don't really want that. We just want it on for one moment. So the way to fix that is to use automation or envelopes. So let's go to our envelopes right here. And down over here are the parameters for our plugins. This is the plugin we just created. Let me go down here to text alpha and background alpha. By adjusting these, we could use the effect just for one section. We could have used bypass, but then the effect will be either on or off. By using these two, we could fade it in. So let's close this and let's automate it. Let's move this over here and let's play the track. I want the title to come in on bar 2. So let's hold down Shift right here and put in a point and put another one right here. Bring this one down and pull this one down as well. And now we have a fade in for the text. Let's do the same thing for our background. Hold down Shift, hit here again, bring this one down, and do the same to the beginning. So now our background and our text is going to fade in at bar 2, and one beat later, it's going to be completely faded in. Let's hear with the music. Now we want to fade it out after the cat walks away. So let's go over here. As soon as the cat moves its head, right here, we want to start fading. Hold down Shift on this one and this one. Create 2 points. Create one here too. Hold these down to fade them out. Now it should fade out when the cat moves its head. Perfect. Now we have a title that fades in and fades out in exactly the spot that we want. Now let's add another effect to this. Open this back up. Now if you want to add more than one effect, we have to add another plugin on the same track. Hit Add, make another one, and the second one comes after the first one. So each preset is separate, but they can be stacked on the track. So let's check out a preset down here. Call it vignette. This is kind of like an Instagram filter. See right here? Before and after. And we could adjust it with the alpha, with the size, or the shape. But let's just leave it on for now. And let's see how that looks. Looks pretty good so far. Now, when dealing with video, we can have more than one track, but unlike audio, we can't mix them together. So each track has to have a priority. So let's hide these envelopes. Right-click over here, hide the envelopes, just to make more room. Now let's make another track. And on the edit, at bar 7, let's move it down to this track. And let's trim this out as if it didn't have an edit. So by default, this track down here gets priority. So if we mute it and play the track, the edit at bar 7 doesn't occur. It doesn't change. But if we unmute it, this one will occur. Because this track takes priority over this track. But we can change that in the project settings. If we go to video, right down here, we could switch it. By default, the higher numbered tracks replace the lower ones. But we could switch it right here. And now, it's not going to switch. Unless we put this track above it. So this track takes priority over this one, which is really useful for crossfading. Let me show you. Let's make another track, put it above it. So now this track has priority, and let's put an effect on it. Now you're probably wondering, how is this going to work? Well, with video, we don't need to have the item on the track. As long as this track has priority, any video effects we put on it are going to apply to the ones below. So let's put a video processor on this track. And this time, let's choose crossfade. Crossfade through inputs. And what that's going to do, it's going to slowly crossfade at this speed right here between both items. So in a way, we can combine them. This one takes priority, but we can see both at the same time. But they're going to crossfade back and forth. Watch. See how it crossfades? Goes from one to the other. But we could use that just to crossfade this edit. If we turn it off, it's a hard edit. It goes right from this one to this one. But we can crossfade it by turning this on just for the beginning of it. Then we can turn it off right afterwards. So let's use an envelope to do that. Go to the envelopes, down to our plugin, and go to bypass. So now we can turn this on and off from this envelope. Let's start with it off. So now it's bypassed. So the hard edit. Then right in this bar, hit Shift and turn it on like that. And let's find the spot where it first crossfades. But eliminate the other ones. So let's jog this through the video to see where the first crossfade stops. Right about there. Oop, too far. Let's go back. Right there. So right at this point, with snapping turned off, we'll make a point. Then we're going to bring it up. And to make this easier, so we don't accidentally move to the side, to the left, or the right, we're going to constrain our movement. On the PC, it's Control and Shift. On the Mac, it's Command and Shift. Hold that down, and if we move it up, it constrains our up and down movement. So we can't lose the spot we just marked. So now let's see what happens. It should start crossfading right here and then stop crossfading over here, creating a crossfade edit right over here. Perfect. Let's hear with the music. Let's see what we have so far. Perfect. We have two hard edits right over here and one crossfade edit over here, making that transition look smoother. Now at the end of this video, around bar 10, I want to fade out the video to create an end. Let's start by doing that with the music. It's all in a folder right now. Hit V, and let's fade it out from bar 10 to bar 12. Bring it down, and it should fade out. So the music fades out. Now let's fade out the video. Let's hide this, and let's hide this, just to make more room. And let's create a fade out for the video. To match the audio. Now we could do this with the envelopes on the track right here, but instead we can create and automate envelopes right in the item. So let's create an item effect or a take effect right in this item instead of on the track. Right click it, go to take, go to show effects chain for that take, add the plugin, and now this plugin is on the item, not on the track. See, there's no plugins on this track. Let's go to our preset, track opacity, and we can adjust the opacity for the video. Full on, fade it out. So we want to automate this. Right click, go to take envelopes, and besides doing volume, pan, mute, and pitch, we can do our plugins. So we can choose opacity, then right on bar 10, hold down shift and create a point. Do the same thing at bar 12, bring it down, and this should fade out based on the opacity. So it fades out with the music. Let's do the same thing on the intro. Let's have it fade in from the first hi-hat to the first snare. Now it's a different item because it's on a different track, so we have to do the same thing. Right click, go to take, add the effect on the take, change the preset to opacity, and let's automate it. Right over here, and right in the item, we can adjust it. So hold shift right here and here. Let's bring this one down and this one. And right here is our fade. So it fades in right on that I based on these two drum hits. So it works with the music. Now let's see what we have. Let's go down over here and choose Show All Active Track Envelopes. This way we can see what we did. Our audio fades out. The video fades in right here. We have our title right over here. A few hard edits. A crossfade over here. And then a fade out for our video along with the audio. Let's see it all together. Pretty cool. Now when we're done, and we want to render this to a video file, go to render, and we can render it just like an audio file. Based on the time selection, give it a name, and all the other stuff we do for audio. Except for the output format, we'll choose a video one. Instead of choosing WAV, we could choose the video one here, or an MP4, or a video GIF. Let's choose an MPEG. We can set up our settings right here. Then we're done, hit render, and it'll create a video file with all the video effects and the audio as one file. So that's pretty much it. That's video in Reaper. Now there's a lot more to video than I could possibly show you, so definitely check out the user guide for more information on video. So anyway, that's video in Reaper. Let's move on.